Hi Precious Squad, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Precious. Please do not forget to smash the subscribe button. Make sure your post notification bell is always on so that you never miss any upload from your girl. And please like, share, comment down below. Thank you. Guys, can I say something eh? Before I get into the story? I purchased a few months ago, like early this year. I purchased a mic. I don't think it's here today. Probably, yeah. I don't know where I put it. I purchased a mic, but the cord, it comes with two cords, a camera cord and a phone cord, right? But the camera cord does not fit in my camera. I use an M10, a Canon M10. So guys, I don't know, please help me get an M10 cord or something like that. Like I don't know, I've tried to look for it on Instagram, on Take a Lot. Like the girl's struggling. The reason I got that is so that this channel the quality upgrades. But anyway, we're not there today. As you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to tell you guys about my divorce story. Story time. Yeah. Honestly, can I just say something? This is one of the videos I had not planned to record, honestly, because it's just boring. It's a boring story. But also I get a lot of, where's husband? There's a TikToker. There's a TikTok I stumbled upon, I think last week or so. And see, here's the one that TikTok. If I can find it, I wish I can find it. If she still has it. If I can find it, I will try my level best to put it somewhere here. But it just talks about, stop asking me where is who. Okay, feel again. Anyway, those who know, I was married. Back to the streets, honey. Back to the streets. Anyway, guys, okay. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna hide her identity. You guys know her, and yeah, we divorced. We got divorced. I want to, before I even get into this video is not to persuade anyone to think or have any negative perception towards her. I don't plan to. I'm sorry for that, guys. It's December. It is December, like you can hear. But anyway, I don't plan by any means to tarnish her name or tarnish her as a human in general. I am just telling my side of the story, and the reason I'm doing this as well, as much as you guys have asked me, Uti, where is she? I've received communication from people who think I am in the wrong, I shouldn't have done what I did, and like basically just took one side of the story. There's always two sides of the story and the truth, right? So this is my side of the story, and with that said, I repeat, I don't mean or intend by any means to harm or tarnish her name or drag her down in anything. This is how I feel. This is the journey I went through with her till this far. So it might be a lengthy video, guys. I am not sure how it's going to go about, but I'm just gonna summarize most of the things, right? Sorry, my boobs. Okay, so husband and I met at school. We used to go to the same primary school, high school, varsity, right? But so we're friends from primary school. When she came I think did we do a story time? I can't remember, but anyway, we started being friends then, so to a point where we were so close. And then after matric, we both took a gap year. So around this year, I was working. I can't remember what she was doing, but yeah, I was working at a retail store in Sandton, Stutterfords Gap, Stutterfords, to all my Gap people, hey. I used to work there. In 2013 was our first year at UJ, so we had planned to live together from then in Brown. Then unfortunately I lost my great-grandmother in January, just the day before I had to submit my financial documents. So then at home they decided with Azini, it's fine, you guys can come stay, he can stay here together, you know, because this is short things, you know, that kind of thing. We're a very small family, so that's how husband and I started staying together, or she started staying at my place. Yeah, we went to school, but then along the years, it's just that it's so vivid in the, you know, along the years we had a breakup again. We had our first breakup where we literally did not talk to each other, and like now when I go through the reason why we broke up now, it's a bit similar. It's like kind of a trend, sort of, you know, it's a bit similar. So that happened. I think we stayed years without talking to each other. My mom passed. She was there, but we were not. I graduated. We were not. I left. We were not. You know, we only started talking to each other actually 2018 before I came back. So I came back in 2019 in January, but 2018 we reunited. I feel like the camera is like so skewed. I don't know, but anyway, we reunited and we started talking. We made peace, and then we were just like talking, you know, like we were back to that. 2019 I came back, we became extremely close, because I think it was also growing up and the experiences we've been through. We've been through similar experiences, but at different occasions, you know, so we'll talk about all that. But I told you, you know, things like that. And then to a point, like even when I introduced her to like my people, people who like new people, I'd tell them, no, this is my sister, this is my cousin, you know, whatever. I would say that to people, and she would also do the same thing. I mean, because we stayed together since 2012 basically. 2012, I think it was also, we used to visit each other, but from then on it's that the build-up of actually living together was there. So I mean, from mid 2012 to 2019, you know, that's like a whole lot of time. I mean, as much as I had the 2.5 year but off home or out of home, but you get it. So anyway, we decided late 2019, we decided to move out. We told you the story where we got chased out of home. Kidding, but kind of, yeah, not sure, yeah, whatever. But anyway, we thought it's a good time to actually spread our wings. Let's go live, let's find an apartment. So our living arrangement, so we lived in the south, number one. I used to work in the north. Like I was to travel 45 minutes to an hour from home to work. So I used to only come on weekends. Yeah, but most of the time I wasn't at the apartment. So the reason I'm going to share this in detail is so that you understand how or why we are here now. So our initial agreement was to take out like obviously the same amount of money every month to accumulate furniture, to buy groceries, to pay utilities, and right. And then there were months where one of us would take out more money for whatever reason. Maybe she had extra cash that month, she would take out more, and we would add on the things as assembly. So what we would do is write everything down. So the reason how we came about husband and wife, I was more into running the house in a way. I don't know if it makes sense, you know, like not like controlling the house, but like I used to handle finances, be like, okay, let's sit down. For one, I plan, you know, I write lists. If we're gonna do groceries, we need to have a list in order not to overspend. You know, we need to write down a list of furniture or things we would want to get at a certain month. We need a couch. Okay, we'll get a couch it's not important. We still have this small seat. I will get a couch on this day. You know, we would talk about it, talk through it, and we would write it down, or I would write it down. We had a notebook where we wrote everything down. Whoever took out more money, write down. It's okay, the house owes you so much money, or yeah, fine. And then we moved to February 2020 to our first apartment. We had accumulated, we then started buying all these things, and then October 2020 we moved to the north. October, end of September, yeah, or end of October, somewhere there, where we even had a housewarming. We did that. We moved to the north. Then I would travel more. You know, I would come back home more often than I used to, because I also felt like I don't get the luxury of being at my place because I'm always at work. I can't really come every day, you know. But yeah, then I started traveling, which was actually nicer and more peaceful in terms of I could separate being at home and being at work, you know. So obviously we used to do everything together, you know, like she knew like all my passes. Like if I would drop dead, then she would be able to get through every important thing that is mine, you know, that needs to happen. She would go through that. She would be able to provide and say, okay, she's just dropped dead. Yeah, this is the policy. This is the bank money she has. This is the part in the pin and to both my bank accounts. Same here, you know, same here. We had that relationship, so we did everything together. Going out, we used to go out together unless she is busy with school or work, or vice versa, you know, but we would go out together. So it starts here. I am one person who, when I do things for other people, I do it out of love. I mean, there were times when we would spend, like, even going out, and she wouldn't have like enough money, or not, let me not say enough money, no, let me not put it like that. It was not in her plans to go out. So obviously if it's not in your plans to go out, and I'm asking you, as an I'll cater for it. Do you understand? I am that person. Like, I am, like, my friends will tell you and attest to that. Good, I'm that person. I love going out. So if I've got means to do that, let's do it. If I don't have means and you still want to go, okay, maybe let's talk about finances. But it was like rare, you know, or vice versa, you know. Our relationship was like that. It was genuine like that. So I thought it was genuine like that. You understand? I would not count with, oh, I did this for you, I got you this, I gave you this. I'm not that person. Not at all. Not to say she was like that, no, but this is my story. Anyway, I started dating, well, I started talking to a boyfriend a few months before we actually saw each other. But yeah, November was our first date. And at that time, obviously, because now I'm also building with another person, the husband and wife thing was just a name to kind of, I don't want to say gender roles per se, but you get it, you know. But yeah, it was just a way, I don't know of what, but it worked for us. So when I started dating, I spent less time at home. More time was boyfriend at his house. Mind you, through that, or during that time, I would still take out equal amounts of money that needed to be taken out. So if, for example, we say every month, this month we take out 5,000, I would still take out 5,000 and probably be at the house half of the month, you know. Not even half of the month, maybe like a good 10 days or so, 15 days, you know, like full day. I eat, I bath, I sleep, you know, I do laundry, everything, you understand? So anyway, so I spend more time with boyfriend. And then December, I popped out more money because of some financial encounters which we were facing. So, but then you had spoken about it. It was okay, fine. since I'm popping out more this month, you would pop out more on this month, but everything written down, right? No stress. So to a point, I didn't celebrate my birthday last year. I didn't because one, it was Ramaphosa, I think, had closed certain restaurants, and also I just felt like it was, all I did is just buy cake. I mean, her friend came where we chilled the night before, and we got a seafood boil. It was fun, but like the actual day, I didn't get to celebrate, so I was sleeping most of the time. One, I was very hungover. Number two, I always get otherwise on my birthday, but also it was mainly because of finances. To say, as in, we need to be strategic about it. It was okay, fine, I want to go to Rockets, we can go to Rockets, but financially it doesn't allow us to go to Rockets, you know. So yeah, so you see, like, the certain things I used to cut off because of that, of finances. Fine. January came, I went on a trip. And I went on a trip with Boyfriend and my angel Umamelo, and then we came back. So the plan was coming back, getting them, and then so she was with a friend of ours and the kids. Came back. The plan was to come back, get them, and then go home to house sit, right? But we didn't. Well, that was still the plan. I mean, I told them, I'm going to come around this time, check out times at 10, and so we overslept, and I really didn't have reception like throughout the trip, right? I think it was just a 1 night or 2 nights. I can't remember, but yeah, I didn't have like reception to like call and say, hey, by the way. Oh, and also I had a friend coming to visit me there, so I didn't have like reception to call and say, oh, by the way, we had just left the place, we are on our way, you know, like just to communicate. In my head I was just like, you know what, there's no rush, we're not rushing anyway. So we also overslept, so I think we woke up like a few minutes to check our time, so we need to make sure that everything is packed up and we have left, you know. So we hadn't taken showers, so I then decided, it's fine, we'll take showers at my place and we'll leave, you know. At that time we were still driving Uyoke, so it's a very tiny car. It's a very tiny car. Fine, we get there. So I was the first one to walk in, obviously, because I know Guti, we used to like walk naked in the house, so obviously I can't say, oh, babe, what was that, you know. No. So I walked in first, and he stood there. I was like, okay, wait, they're still getting dressed, and fine. And just that, yo, things escalated. Like, things escalated to, why did I not say? Okay, understandably so, I'm sorry. No, now I had to leave. You know, like, things escalate. And that's the thing with me. I can tolerate everything else but disrespect. Yeah. And regardless of the age difference, you know, and no matter how mad I am, I try to contain myself and try to communicate in a very respectful way. So to her, it was just a yeah. And I was just like, okay, no, I'm sorry, for peace sake, I'm sorry. I see where I'm wrong, but like not entirely, you know, but not like everything you're pointing out, which is okay, for peace sake, adios. Then that's when I realized Uguti, she kind of has a problem with, I don't know if she has a problem or issues with me dating this particular person, or has a problem with this particular person, or the situation, like till this day, I'm just like, oh well. Anyway, so yeah, we decided, we went, and it was just awkward. It was awkward. And then she spent quite a lot of time in the month of January at my place. Ne? At that time, things were shaky. Ne? Things were very, very shaky. Like, it was very awkward to even come back home, you know, when she's there. And probably she felt the same way, you know. Like, our energies were just not... It was just heavy. It was heavy. Fine. Then I decided, because as in, one, we spent less time together in the apartment, ne? So we might as well get a 1-bedroom apartment. Instead of paying the money we pay, we might as well get a smaller one, right? Fine, we decide on that. I bring up the suggestion, we agree, we move. I do the move all by myself, and then she only decides to come when I had gone to fetch a friend of ours to come help us. Yeah, it was just nowadays, it was just very annoying, shame. It was boring, that phase of us moving, because I had to do everything by myself, like the packing and then she just came on the day of the move, you know. Fine. And then fine, we moved. She went back home, I think. I can't remember what happened, but yeah, kind of left or whatever. And then I'm trying to, it's too long, this video. And then, okay, we stayed there in the 1-bedroom apartment, and then things were still offish, you know, things were still offish. Then I lost my job. Then I was like, financially, it does not look good for me. You know, it's not going to look good for me. But it was more of hints here and there. Oh, yeah. Before that, we had then spoken about, Gucci, if one of us decides to move out, whoever moves out for whatever reason, whoever moves out will then take whatever they came with. So, also sala and everything. Sharp. And then I came to this decision because of how I saw there was a trend in disrespect. There was a trend in I'm always raising concern. I'm always concerned on the house is not clean. You know, you can't expect me to come home clean, cook and you know, it's not like it was filthy dirty, but when you live with someone, expectations are important to raise out, guys. Regardless of the situation, whether it's a family member, it's a friend, or your partner, you need to know your expectations, have expectations, you know, and know the other party's expectations, because it clashes. I'm not OCD, like my place is not like entirely clean, but like the little things, and especially with you know, when you live in apartments, there's like all these cockroaches and so the more we keep it cleaner, especially like dishes, you know, the better or the less cockroaches we have, you know. So I mean, I clean the house alone. She used to, but you understand, like it's little things, like there's a cup there sitting for a day or so, you know. Yes, you have work, you have school, but we all have that, you know. Fine. I felt pregnant. I didn't tell anyone. Like not even her. Like I didn't tell anyone. And then I had the miscarriage. So I was at Boyfie's house at that time when that happened. No. And the Thursday I was doing laundry at home, and then I came back here at Boyfie's house. And then what happened? Oh, miscarriage happened, and obviously I was not in a good space. I was breaking down and then posting on my status. Then she asked, what is happening, you know? And then that's the only time I told her, which, oh, by the way, I had forgotten that I hadn't told her or anyone, because now people are asking, are you okay, what's happening? And I started telling people, oh, I was pregnant, this and that, none. Oh, no, before that. Okay, yeah, there was that, and then okay, yeah, there was that. It's fine, I'm gonna skip that one. And then that week I was at Boyfriend's house. I went back home on a Monday. And then I got home. At that day, like literally ignored me, and not even, let me say not ignored me, kind of avoided me. I understand, because maybe it was a point where she didn't know what to say, or you know, she was like, yeah, fine. I woke up and I was really still sick, like I still had cramps and so I think Monday we didn't cook. I woke up, I went to work Monday morning, I came back, I took a nap, and then I cooked. I woke up and I cooked, because I was like, you know what, I need to eat, I'm on medication, and clearly she's not bad or not going to cook or whatever, you know. That was going on in my head with him. Okay, I'm sick and not expecting you to do anything, but you know that thing, and with how but wifey is not okay. Anyway, maybe my expectations were too much. I cook and then we talk. Yeah, she talked to me, asking me how it feels like, what was happening, blah blah blah. I talked to her. At that time, I was not in a good space at all, But with so much that had happened, it was very hard for me to actually trust her at that moment, because I felt like we are breaking apart, so the less she knows, the better. That's how I felt. I don't know if she felt like that as well. Anyway, how? And then, then she says a friend of hers might come on a Wednesday. But then she dismisses it, saying, oh, but ufana no mundo so. She says she comes, but she never comes. So, you understand? So at that time, I'm like, oh, okay, so this person is not going to come. So cool. You understand? How? Wednesday, I get ready for my afternoon shift. I leave. She waits for me to leave. One, the reason I say she waits for me to leave is because this person was traveling all the way from KZN. Myself, traveling from wherever, that far, I was going to tell you and say, Mogel, I am on my way, I'm leaving the house, communicate, because like, what if you've changed your mind to accommodate me? You get it? And when she sent me a text, she's like, oh yeah, this person is on her way, she'll be here around 6 or whatnot. By the time you come back, I only went to work for a good 2 hours. So you understand, it's not 2 hours to travel to Durban, guys, by public transport. And yeah, it was not even, she told me I think around 4 past 4 to 5 or so, and I was finishing work at like 6, I think, I can't remember. Fine. And then I respond to her, I said to her, you know what, I really feel like what you did, like you having a guest at this phase of my life or season of my life is really selfish, but there isn't anything I can say. This person is already on their way. Fine. Go in a commotion, and then I arrived early. I was actually dismissed early. I arrived early. She was getting ready to go pick up the friend. And then I asked her, like, why don't you like ever tell me like in advance good you have friends coming over? For example, now my friends, when they come, like they'll tell me, like I would know today that next week a friend of mine wants to come visit, And also, it's also respecting the fact that I don't live alone. It's respecting her space, her schedule. She has work, she has submissions at school, and you understand? So I can't really just bring someone out of the blue and be like, oh, by the way, whoever I'm saying is coming. You understand? I can't do that. Like, it doesn't make sense. Fine. Then there was a whole commotion of, well, my friends are more spontaneous than yours, so we just decide. I'm like, but you don't live alone. You don't live alone. And I am in this situation. Fine. Then I was like, you know what? After your friend leaves, can we start talking about our living arrangements, right? At this time, honestly, I was really annoyed because this is the same person the previous day wanted me to open up to her. And honestly, as much as I didn't trust her, but on the day, actually, I was planning to like sit down with her and be like, you know what? This is how I feel. I was very emotional earlier that day. I was like, this is how I wanted to say, this is how I feel, Nana. But after all this, I was just like, I can't confide in her anymore. Like, I can't. Fine, she left. I stayed. I cooked. And I tidied up a bit. I listened to music. I cried, and they walked in and offered me I had wine that day, and then I left. I went to sleep. Also, it was the fact that I really didn't want to explain myself to anyone. Why or her explaining why so, why I felt really bad because when my friends are there, she chills with my friends. Like, she does chill with my friend, you understand? So now that her friend is here, this is the first time I even made this friend, I felt like it was gonna be very awkward. But anyway, how many minutes are we on? Oh my god, I'm sorry guys. But yeah, it was that, and I really don't want to do a part 2 of this. I don't want to do a part 2 of this. So when I post this video, guys, I'm only gonna post 2 videos this week because this one is very long. It's very long. But we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, I just didn't want to offend this child or this friend of hers by any means. But I felt it was really insensitive for her to actually bring anyone, for that matter, in. Fine, mind you, our bathroom used to be in the